To know something, you must first believe it. No, brother, that's not true. You don't believe
That's not
it.
true.
You either know it exists or you don't know it exists. What are you talking about? You don't have to
That's
believe
true.
it. Because look, knowing wipes out belief. So once you know it, then you don't even go to the term of belief. That don't even enter into your mind. I don't believe that Professor Walter Williams is on the other end talking to us. I know he's talking to us on the other end. I don't believe that Walter Williams is in Chicago in his beautiful home. I know he's in Chicago. See, different talk, different language now. That's different talking right there, brother. Go ahead, Professor.
That's right. Every word you were saying. You were right, brother.
Yes, sir. Thank
Absolutely.
Professor, I just last question, I'll back out. Is it possible to know and can't explain? Is it possible to know something that you can't explain? Because when you said, if I had an experience that I know was spiritual, but I don't have the words or the means to explain it to you, then you wouldn't believe it. But that doesn't mean that it did not happen. And that doesn't mean it's not true.
What is it that you're trying to explain to me that I don't know?
What I'm saying is,
Talking about first. Explain to me what you're talking about.
You're breaking up, Amin Ra. You're breaking up, Amin Ra McCarthy. Okay.
We told him to pull over. So we're going to head over the air.
Yeah, that's true. All right. So what I want to do right now is I want to move on to Cosmic. Let me move on over to Cosmic. Cosmic, you got the floor, brother.
Thank you, Elder Sal. Always appreciate you and your work. Bobby Walter Williams, I want to say it's a blessing and a privilege to be able to speak with you. I hope everything is well with you. Earlier in the conversation, you were discussing monophysites and the different Christological views that were held in the Roman Catholic Church. I wanted to know if you could expand on these different Christologies and the development of Islam.
Well, now, here. You were muffled there. I couldn't understand all your words. They were not clear. Can you clear up your phone?
Yeah, let me go out and come back in on a better channel.
Okay.
All right.
So, peace to the panel. I want to say, first of all, it's an honor. It's an honor to even be able to talk to you. I don't know if to call you doctor or professor Walter Williams, but it's definitely an honor, and it's kind of real sentimental because I use a lot of your information kind of daily. And like your information, I believe, like out of all the people I've studied, your information is someone who has actually helped my life for the better. So I just always want to give you props anytime I can. And I want to tell Saneter, I think you should really get Professor Walter Williams and young Pharaoh to have a conversation.
No, never that. Never that.
Just hear me out. Just hear me out. Because young Pharaoh had referenced Walter Williams' work multiple times. You know, young Pharaoh's one of the only ones who still says that the hieroglyphics haven't been deciphered. He and then everything that Walter Williams just said, that like you can't tell us where we came from and how we got here and all that. Young Pharaoh has attempted to tell people using what I would say Walter Williams' work and using different branches of science. So I think just them two having a conversation, not a debate or anything, just a conversation would be real powerful, and it's like really long overdue. So I think that'd be a real powerful video. But my question for my question for was to if you can teach us anything about Freemasons' influence in Christianity. And does the Bible contain a coded language for Masons or any other secret societies?
Tell me, ask me your first question. No, all three questions together.
Yes, sir.
The first question.
Can you teach us anything about Freemasons' influence in Christianity?
Freemasons' influence in Christianity has nothing to do with that. The Freemason has a history on its own, and Christianity has a history on its own. The two don't go together. See? You got to start with the foundation and the origin of a subject. Don't start 100 years later talking about that same subject when you haven't talked about or understand the origin of that subject. See? So Freemasonry and Christianity have nothing to do with each other. From the beginning now, from the origin of it now.
Right. So, I was only asking because of, well, from what I researched, the New Testament and the Old Testament were different, and they were written at different times, and maybe there was a Masonic influence in the New Testament. Well, I was just asking to see if you had anything on that. It wasn't. I don't want to debate or anything. So, yeah.
Let's see. Here.
You don't know.
I'll give you an answer. Now, the second thing, you got to know the origin of the first Bible ever printed and created on earth. And you got to understand the first, who created the New Testament. What year? You got to understand who created the King James Version. You see? The Old Testament is only 548 years old and counting. The New Testament is only 508 years old and counting. The King James Version is only 413 years old and counting. See, you got to know something about the origin of that Bible. See? Before you go out and grab anything about the Bible, you got to know some history connected to it. You see? So I'll give the historical origin of the Bible, okay, and I'll connect the.
All right, we lost our professor real quick. Get him back. Oh my God, he killing y'all, man. With history, yo. That's why Elder Yara scared to hit that link. Elder Funny, that's my brother. Shout out to Elder Yara. We're gonna get him back in here. And Brother Lai, you sure you want to come in? I'm glad to see you here. I'm glad to see you standing strong. And you already know what I represent, Elder Yara. I mean, my brother Lai. I don't even know why you asked me that question, brother. I think you just wanted to try to let everybody know who it is.
In case they try to jump you.
Let's get him back.
Something keep cutting us off.
Yeah, I think you be making a mistake. I think you make a mistake and hit the
Brother Saneter?
Yes, you hear me?
Brother Saneter?
Oh, he don't hear me. You don't hear me? All right, we got to get him back. Wow. Brother Lai, don't run nowhere. I got to get Cosmic back on the panel. I got to get Cosmic back. This is great. This is great. He's an elder, not gonna get me on tape banging on. No, you ain't got to bang, Elder Yara.
Hello?
Yes, did you hear me, Professor?
Yeah, did you hear what I was saying?
Yes, we heard you, and then the phone just cut off. All right, go ahead, Cosmic. Let's go, and then we're gonna go to the other brother.
Okay.
Let me finish this up.
Go ahead.
Let me finish. The first created and printed Bible was in 1475 in Italy, the country, in a town called Bologna, Italy, using the Greek alphabet to do so. Created by Johannes Ruslan and two of his peers that he went to school with in Florence, Italy.
Okay, you said 1475 in Italy.
Right.
Okay, that's the first Bible.
That's the first created and printed Bible.
Okay.
See, but you got to have a printing press to do the printing, and that printing press came from Johannes Gutenberg He created the Bible in 1437 with not a Bible, but a printing press with movable print in 1437 in Germany. And he needed money, so he had to borrow money from the Catholics by the name of Johannes Fuss, F-U-S-T. And Johannes Fuss realized that Christianity had been transferred out of Northeast Africa, out of Constantinople, today called Istanbul, Turkey, in 1439 by John VIII. And I said that those 12 humanists, 6 from Florida, Italy, 6 from the college at Florence, Italy, 12. And that's where Leonardo da Vinci got his painting idea of a painting of the Last Supper, which Jesus and his 12 disciples having his Last Supper. See, so now, so in 1475 came the printing of the first printed Bible in southern Italy, and created Bible southern Italy in a town called Bologna, Italy, using the Greek alphabet to do that, and using the 3 scholars to do that. Johannes Ruslan and his 2 classmates out of the college in Florence, Italy, Marcello Ficino, Pico della Mirandola. You see? So you have to use the discipline of history to do that. You can't just, that's the foundation of everything. Now, today is all really different. See? So, but you have to know the history first of what the subject you're talking about. And what's your other question, my brother? Hello?
All right. Let me move on over to Cosmic Sankofa. What up, brother? You on the call?
Yo, peace. Can you hear me better now?
Yes.
Okay, all right. Thank you for having me back on. Yo, I wanted to ask you about what you were talking about earlier in relationship to the other Christological views that different people held in the church. You said monophysite, and I think you mentioned the Council of Ephesus. I wondered if you could go into like those different Christological views and the origin of Islam.
Wait now, you asked me 2 different questions. Ask me one at a time. Now, what's your first question?
Well, the only question is, what influence?
Ask me your first question.
The first question is, I guess, then, what were the different Christologies that led up to the development of Islam?
You talk about Christianity. Islam is a book. It's based upon a book called the Quran. That's what Islam is about. Okay? And that Islam was accepted in the Arab world in 1919. You see? It was the Alliance Israelite Universal of Paris, France, who organized in 1860 in Paris, France. And in 1870, 10 years later, they were in Syria. 1870. They were there to create literature for the Mohammedan world. The Mohammedan world did not have any literature. So what they did, they came there to create literature, and they wanted to make sure that Abraham was added into that literature. See? And because Abraham's supposed first son was Ishmael, the founder of Islam. You see, so therefore they wanted to make sure that Abraham was in that literature, and they created it for the Mohammedan world. So after World War I was over, World War I was 1914, 1918. In 1919, the Arab world accepted this Quran. See, Islam is based upon a book called the Quran. Now, if you remember, when Keith Ellison was taking his oath to become the Congressperson of Minnesota, he took his oath on a 1919 Bible. Okay, that was supposed to be Thomas Jefferson's Bible, but he took that oath on that 1919 Bible. You see, so that would be my answer to you. That Islam, the religion, is based upon a book called the Quran. You see, so